happened with Greyhound in this series. They're playing way too slow sometimes. They're playing way too indecisive. And sure, on the CT side, you're not meant to be pushing. But this is T-side problems, which may lead them to regret it because 14-9. That's 2 rounds away from Tainted Minds to bring it to the second best of 3.
Definitely. I think there's a lot of regret on that T side. They weren't able to close out a lot of those rounds where they had that advantage. And terrible money here on 9-14. They're going to have to... Will they force behind the AWP? They do have 3-round bonus for that next round. They are going to force. They actually are deciding to force into this. They know that next round they would have had M4s just to smoke and a flash, just to get to overtime. Rather invest behind Gratisfaction. There's so much pressure on him right now. He needs to get the opening frag here. You see him positioning towards that B-bomb site with the 4 players. He needs to get this kill. Otherwise, Greyhounds will have an absolute mountain to climb here.
Destiny just doing the old Stewie 2K strat, but Burn boosted up, gets 1 kill, and Urcast just granting the advantage again. They've got the flashbangs. Why are you charging him without a flashbang? Burn doing heavy damage. He's waiting. See, this is a smart play where you're waiting. I mean, he eventually lands the shots. It's a little bit messy, but it works out. And it's just going to buy time.
Dexter versus Zushi on the other side of the map.
Oh, they've just bypassed each other, so Dexter, he's in the prime position to make
himself in a perfect position. Zushi's probably going to call this information towards his teammates. Okay, come back towards A. No, he does check it. Zushi's so aware there. Such a pivotal frag. If he was going to clear anything towards A, he probably would have called them to rotate up, and the Dexter would have got 2 easy kills, but important frag there for Zushi. But look, Tainted Mind so patient right now, holding those 2 players, letting Zushi scout out this A-bomb site. Dick Stacey's going to... Burn, sorry, is going to need to get some important information here, and he's calling up that second rotator, and it's all on to Grat with this AWP towards his B-bomb site. He's going to find Yam and Offnu creeping out that monster tunnel very shortly.
And Grat has a lot of work to do. Tainted Minds looking to make a contact play. Effectively a 1-on-3 on the B-bomb site. There's the flashbang. There's the first Molotov to barrels to try to force any imaginary player out. Oh, Gratisfaction misses the crucial shot. Oh, Zuzi can't look at the correct angle at the right time. And Yam, he won't be getting a kill today. And Gratisfaction won't be able to get the third. 1-on-2 off news. Very healthy. The CTs are not healthy. And a Molotov will force Dick Stacey back, but it's not big enough to cover the entire area. 9 seconds, the bomb plant will go down. And Burn just staying Offnu, a lot of work to do. He's down to 10 HP. He's still alive, though. All he needs to do is find a single bullet in Dick Stacey and a headshot or another shot on a Burn. And Burn's going to be holding his line, holding his nerve, knowing Dick Stacey can slowly encroach the position. And Greyhound with the force. Make it a double digits, but it's still a 4-round difference. Doesn't seem like a lot, but really, 4 rounds at this stage can mean the world.
Gratisfaction, after missing that first shot, so pivotal that he was able to get 2 more. You know, getting that first kill onto Zushi, pushing up short bridge, and then Yaman on Monster, making it so that there's 2 low players on the CT side were able to clutch it out. God, no money across the board. Everyone's kind of struggling. It's one of those rounds where it's if you're able to win 1, you're winning 2, but who do we know? Greyhound, we thought that they were going to be able to close out their eco, and those deagles across the board for Tainted Minds, which is too much for them to handle. And they need to be more clean against those any ecos that have been so good all weekend. For it to be in that final map of that first best of 3 possibly, to be losing to those ecos, that'd be heartbreaking.
And this Tainted Mind's going to be changing up one more time. This is going to be fast. This is going to be explosive. They just got to back themselves up behind it. Actually, they're getting a little bit of cold feet. They're lining up. They're going to charge forward, and Burns got a lot of work to do. He's going to find wide. He's going to find 2. And Apoc still alive. There's still members on the B side, on the defense. Until Urcast, he's waiting for a flashbang, and Dick Stacey, he's got to land these sprays. So critical for him to land the spray. Apoc will be able to fall back to second, or towards short. Dexter very close. Gratisfaction, where's the Molotov? Where are the smoke grenades being used by the CTs? They can't really stick the defuse right now. Dexter's just going to tap it 1 time to try to draw out anything.
The Molotov, the bounce, it happened again. The molly, it's short, but glitches out.
And Apoc jumping. Oh my goodness, Apoc jumping AK headshot. He'll be traded out, but Gratisfaction can't spot out Yam. And Offnu will push out through Monster. Yeah, Gratisfaction will miss. And now it is 15-10. Serious point for Tainted Minds.
No money for Greyhounds. They're just going to have CZs, just having PC50s, couple of flashes.
Right, with a deagle. Vote for a pause. It's going to be a tactical pause. And once again, the incendiary grenade, Molly, not too happy about it. He's signaling there was a molly thrown. There was an incendiary grenade. And it bounced off the most awkward angle.
What was that? It's so back and forth.
What can you say? 15-10. Tainted Minds
Tainted, they just know that they need one more round. They just need to take their time.
They look
clear it out.
cool
They
and
know
calm on the surface.
They will know that they've hard reset Greyhounds into this next round. Just take your time. Clear out those ecos. You've seen, you know, if you count out these pistols, you can get punished for it. And Greyhound have experienced it. Tainted do not want to experience it. They do not want to get into overtime. They want to get straight back into that next best of 3. They don't want this to be going on any longer. They know that they've got a long best of 3 slog ahead of them if they want to be titled ZEN League Season 2 champion. So they're going to need to be able to close this out, save as much in the tank as possible so that they can come back and hopefully close out the next best of 3.
Greyhound, not much to work with. Flashbang to try to push, but Offner is still going to be waiting. He's got the AK-47 in hand, and they're going to be trying to push on him, but Offner's going to find one, can't find the second. But this allows Tainted Minds to start pushing at a different area of the map. They're just going to go and gamble, and Destiny's going to make a lot of noise, and he won't be able to get the kill. Dexter finds 2. He's still cool and calm and collected. Gratisfaction's going to hear everything right now. He's just going to have to wait it out. Just going to have to chill.
Playing it so well, knowing that there's most likely plays towards toilets and just planning for that bank, knowing they need to fight a certain spot in the APOC. Important kill there in Gratisfaction. The 2 players rotating to Sushi spawn are going to find APOC again. It gets another important frag there before getting traded out by Urcast.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be running ever with your knife out. And it's now down to Dexter, 1 on 2. He's tagged Yam down low, but oh my goodness, nearly got stuck on the step. 10 HP, he's going to chance it. He's going to risk it. It's going to be rewarded for now. But he still has to find 2 people, and Zuzi can play around this. He's still got a Molotov. And Dexter taps it once. Yam's going to push up. Yam's going to fall. Zuzi's just lining up the Molotov right now. He's actually going to swing out, and he's going to clutch out. Another one-on-one going in the way of Zuzi. And we're going on to the second best of 3. Let's hear from Jordan, Ian, and Moe, because there's a lot to digest over that series.
Well, there certainly is. Now, as you say, the second best of 3 still yet to come. Tainted Minds, they've done half the job, but there is still a big mountain to climb for them.
What an absolute slog they've got ahead of them. I mean, they're going to be absolutely exhausted, right? I mean, all they can take solace in is in the fact that they're just continually winning these close rounds and close games, and they've just basically won a BO3, so why can't they just do it again?
Destiny's just shaking the admin's hand like, thanks, mate.
Yeah,
Did a good job.
Who's going to outlast who, though?
Yeah.
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, Tainted Minds are the ones that, I mean, at this point could be potentially coming into a sort of a fatigue situation.
Well, it doesn't look like it, though. They're all playing pretty well. It seems like instead of fatigue, it's just people are just getting hotter. Just people are just getting more on their game, and as the games progress, it's just a real slugfest. You got great aim, great shooting between everyone. Yam not missing a shot here and there. Gratisfaction now, he's a slow starter, but he's starting to hit everything as well. I feel like Urcast has gone into a bit of a shell. But apart from that, look, it's all going to come down to the next BO3's map veto.
And I guess the thing is, as the series goes on, right, you start to get a little more careless and not so careful about your decisions, right? So Yam will make a lot more plays. And, you know, Gratisfaction also does the same, right?
Well,
so
it will end up just being kind of like online CS.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the prestige of the tournament might get wasted on them because of how long they've been playing.
Just like a league game or something.
And then it'll do what we were talking about yesterday, where it's like, oh, geez, they just need to play their normal game. They're playing too scared, too hesitant, too formal, like playing to the occasion. Just play like you're at home. That's where you guys are the best, right? You won the league.
Exactly. Just all comes down to which team is better at that. But then you have Destiny, who's the master of that game.
Yeah,
and then you have Yaman as well. I don't know which way it's going to go.
I mean, there's no way.
I don't think at this point you can really call which way
it'd be
it's going
splitting
to go.
hairs, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, this game was just Tainted Minds with the stability and Greyhounds. I keep getting them confused, but Greyhounds with the bursts of brilliance here and there. And I mean, what it came down to for a couple of those clutch rounds even were just, you know, individual efforts from Tainted Minds. APOC in that crucial 1v2 just coming up behind both the players and killing them as they went to defuse. So many sneaky plays on Overpass, but I think it's safe to say that Tainted were the better team over that best of 3.
They certainly were, and both of you guys kind of were leaning on the side of Tainted, or Ian, I think you were kind of doing the flip-flop a little bit again.
Yeah.
But Moe, you certainly were quite stark in your